My name is Diana, and I am a 14th year. I think I'm a 15th year. I keep saying 14th year, but I mean I'm a 15th year teacher in the state of Illinois, and welcome to a week in my life. So, spring break is over. Spring break. The reoccurring comment today is going to be when you ask everyone how their spring break was, they're going to say not long enough, or they're going to say I could have used another week. But it's never enough, really. Good morning and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for joining today. If you're not new here, welcome back. Hopefully you had a great weekend. You may not have had spring break, but maybe you had a great weekend, and we're back to the grind today. It was a really, I don't want to say it was a rough morning getting up. I was actually up pretty early. It was like 5:45. I went to bed at like 11 because, as you saw in the morning when I came downstairs, we still had a bunch of Minecraft stuff that was up. So yesterday we took our kids to go see the Minecraft movie, and so my boyfriend thought it would be a great idea to kind of have like a little mini party for them, and so they decorated. I mean, we went all out for this Minecraft movie, and I mean, I'm grateful because my son loves Minecraft, and so my daughter likes Minecraft, and my son loves Minecraft, and so it was really nice, and they loved the movie. The movie was great. It was really funny. It was cute. So we went all out. We decorated. We got like McDonald's, like Minecraft boxes, and like they had, because they have like the adult ones and then they had like the kid ones. So we got both, and it was really cute. So we had that like for dinner, and then my boyfriend had gotten like a bunch of like merchandise from Minecraft because a lot of the theaters were selling them. So we got like these creeper head like drinking containers or whatever. So he like drove all the way to the city because they didn't have any in the suburbs. So he drove all the way to the city like the night before to get, I know you're probably thinking like you guys are extra, but they're really cute and they're really like nice. And my son loves creeper, and so like he has this little creeper stuffy that he takes to school all the time, and he takes it everywhere with him, and he's like, this is my buddy. And so it was nice for him to get this creeper, and so he was really excited. But the movie overall was great. So that's what we did yesterday. So our house is still decorated with all the Minecraft. You hear me, Minecraft. Minecraft. Can you tell that I've been off for a week? The Minecraft stuff. And so I don't know, we'll probably leave it up for a little bit, just for the nostalgia, and then we'll take it down. But anyway, so needless to say, the whole week has been great. It has been fun filled. I got a lot of stuff done at the house that I feel like I did. I did absolutely nothing for school, which is okay. If you do stuff for school during spring break, more power to you, because you're probably more prepared today than I am. So right now it's 6:42 and I'm headed to school. And normally, I leave at like 7:15, 7:30, but I wanted to be there early today because I do need to print out the stuff for our new unit for math. I need to print out, I don't really need to print out anything else, but I do need to kind of see what my day looks like. Thankfully, today's a short day, so it's not too crazy, but nonetheless, I got to see that. And then I had thought about rearranging my classroom and changing seats, which I should have did on Friday, but who's thinking about that on Friday when you're trying to leave for spring break? And not only that, but my daughter also has gymnastics, and so like I try to leave pretty fast to be able to get home to do those things on Friday, which I don't know. I feel like some days that probably isn't the best idea to have her on Friday, because it's like I would love to be able to stay later on Fridays to be able to set myself up for success on Monday, but whatever. So we have 7 more weeks to go. And we're just gonna kind of try our best to get through this. The year has been pretty great, I can't lie, but it's been pretty good. But you know, I would be lying if I said I wasn't ready for summer break, also considering the fact that I just came off of spring break and it was so nice. So I'm like, you know, it's like when you get those weeks off and you're just like, man, I could do this every day. I'm sure it wouldn't last very long, but you know, sometimes it is pretty nice to be able to take a break. But anyway, so yeah, so I don't really, like I said, I can't really tell you what I'm doing today in terms of like science and math. We don't do social studies today because it's a short day. In ELA, I think we start a new story, but I don't know, man. I am all over the place. I'm gonna have to kind of update you guys and let you know. Like I said, shame on me for not really looking through my stuff, but you know what? I'm not gonna feel bad about it because I had a great break. We went to Great Wolf Lodge in the beginning of the break, which gave me plenty of time to have the week. My mother-in-law had her birthday on Thursday, which we celebrated. We just did a lot of stuff during the week, which I think is nice. And you know, I got a day or two where I got to have a break and stuff. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm on my way to school. I should be there in about maybe 12 or so minutes. So I'll check in with you guys a little bit later, and hopefully you guys have a great Monday. Hey friends, it is the end of the day for my students, not for me, but I am sneaking away as we speak. Me and my colleague wanted some caffeine because we're going to be here for like another hour and 45 minutes, and so we're dying, and so we just decided to get some Starbucks, and so I'm gonna drive really quickly to Starbucks and grab us some Starbucks, and then come back. She said she's gonna cover for me if my principal's looking for me. But yeah, no, so I just wanted to come in here and check in since I didn't check in all day. But today was kind of quick. We kind of came back to, the kids were very chatty, and I mean, I guess I was expecting it, but not really. I don't know why. But they were just so chatty. Like, we did our morning question, and it was like the side conversations. And the thing was, is the side conversations weren't bad because they were talking about what we were talking about, which is normally what my students do. Like, their side conversations consist of what we're discussing, but they just don't remember to like be respectful of like the other people that are talking, that are trying to share with the class what they're trying to do. And they'll just like have a side conversation about like what they chosen and why. And I don't know, I always feel like they always need to be validated because they're always just like, we did a would you rather today, like for a little like 10-minute break. And so I haven't posted up, and then they just have to switch sides depending on which ones they do. And a lot of the times the kids, every time they would move to a section, some of them would have feel the need to explain why they chose that side. And I was like, dude, you don't have to explain it. It's okay. But they didn't understand that. And I'm just like frustrated because I'm like, you guys don't need to explain yourselves every single time. Just pick a side. And so that's kind of what they did today. But overall, it was still pretty good. We got through math. Math was pretty fast and easy. We were just doing statistical and non-statistical questions. And then, sorry, I don't know what's going on with those two people over there. We were doing statistical and non-statistical questions. And then for science, we just did a reading, talking about like models in science, like why do we use them? What's the advantage and disadvantage in them? And then we did we read our other story in Common Lit. We didn't get through the independent questions, but we did get a chance to go through the partner read, and the partners were able to answer questions within the text together. And then tomorrow they're going to just do the independent practice questions, which will be good. And then that was it. So we didn't get a chance to do social studies because we leave at like 2 o'clock. So we miss a whole hour. So we just don't even kind of do it. And that's pretty much it. So tomorrow we'll have double specials, and it'll give them time, those 30 minutes in ELA, to finish the story and do those 5 questions that I assigned for them. And that'll be it. So, but I'll check in with you guys later. I'm gonna grab this Starbucks run, and then hopefully the next time we have a conversation, I am in this car driving home. So I'll check in with you guys later. Good morning and happy Tuesday. As you've seen, that is the view that I see almost every morning when I leave for work. And my dogs are hanging in the window. Like they act like they are being abandoned. And it's so funny to me. Because they're not, and they're, aside from like the weekends where we kind of go out and stuff, they're normally not home by themselves, which is pretty funny. Because, you know, my boyfriend works from home. And, sorry, I had to put you on the charger there before you got off. My boyfriend works from home every day. Well, Tuesday and Thursday he doesn't. But the days that he doesn't work from home, my mom is there. And she takes them out, and, you know, they go out and they hang out with her all day. So I just laugh because they, like, people that see our dogs would really honestly think that, like, our dogs are, like, so lonely and that we don't feed them because they act like they're always hungry. Especially Bonnie, the one that you saw, like, Paul hanging over the sofa in the window. She acts like we don't feed her, and she would betray us for food. No lie. I feel like in my heart of hearts, she would betray us for food. If somebody gave her a juicy steak to get us, she'd probably give us to her, to the whoever. Anyway, happy Tuesday, happy 28 degrees. Me and my boyfriend were just having this conversation how we are so sick and tired of cold weather. You know, we were kind of, he said, these are the times where he really contemplates moving to a warmer state or a warmer climate, because he's like, you know, everybody always makes the joke about, like, the harsh summers in, like, you know, Florida or Texas or whatever, but it's like, you know, he's like, I'd rather deal with that for, like, maybe a couple months than to, like, deal with 6 months of, like, you know, 30s, 40s, maybe even 50s. And, you know, I kind of agree, because I feel like on a day where you're going to go in to work and it is much more beautiful outside, when it's like 70, 80, 90 degrees, it just hits different. Like, it's so much nicer. You feel so much, I just realized I left my coffee. This sheer horror. I completely made my coffee and then I just left it there. Shoot. I'm gonna have to call my mom and tell her to put it away, because I'm not letting it go. It's still good. I'm just gonna have to call her and say, hey, can you put that cup in there? It's because my boyfriend woke up this morning and I heard him using the bathroom, and I, like, peeked over the corner of the kitchen and I started talking to him, and I legit didn't finish doing my coffee. I did everything, I just had to put the top on it and the straw. Welcome to Tuesday. And I'm gonna have to stop at Starbucks and get coffee. And I didn't want to do that. But anyway, so yeah, let me order Starbucks. I'll get back to you guys in a second. All right, I have returned. I'm stopping at Starbucks in about 1 minute. Anyway, So today is Tuesday. Today is double specials day, which means it's going to be an easy breezy afternoon. So I am, what are we doing today? We're doing some weird thing it's not weird, I guess. It's like a group thing where they're like cutting out these pieces of paper and they're like making a consensus model of like how light, so it's kind of similar to this other one that we did where they have the cars and they had the light in the middle, but this one is like giving arrows, and it kind of like they have to draw a bunch of different arrows on this paper to kind of show where like how we're able to see the objects. So it's like basically like if I want to see something, the light has to hit it and then bounce off of it and then hit my eye or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Hold on.
Good morning. What can I get for you?
Hi, I had a mobile order for Diana.
Yeah, you can pull forward.
Thanks, doll. So yeah, so that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing in science class today, and then hi. Thank you, doll. Have a great one. So we're going to be doing that model in science today. And then for math, we're continuing doing our statistics. We started learning about statistical questions yesterday. So I'm going to have them do like a warm-up activity where I'm going to give them a cut and paste. And then we're going to do means. We're going to learn about averages, which is something that they should probably already know, because I'm sure they have already covered mean, median, and mode, but a lot of my students act like they've never heard of it before when they got it on their test. So I don't know what, like in their IAR test. And so I don't know what happened, but anyway, I know you see, usually I'm all jacked up. Well, we had these and we've had these for a little bit. My boyfriend got them for me and I totally forgot they were in the cabinet. And I was like, man, I gotta eat these. So I didn't do my overnight oats today. But I also didn't wash the container. So lazy me. I'm just all jacked up for today. But I'm gonna get it together. But anyway. So we're gonna be doing that, and then we're finishing up a story that we read called Hard to Say in ELA, because they have to do the independent questions. So we'll have a little bit of time to do that in between those double specials. But yeah, and that's gonna be my day. So I'm hoping that my day gets a little bit better. And I mean, my day is not bad, but it does suck when the universe is doing little things like, and I heard this little saying on believe it or not, the show Cheaters. Me and my boyfriend love watching it all the time at night. It's so funny. And I mean, it's not funny because it's like we are kind of like laughing at someone else's expense and stuff, but I know that some of it's fake. But anyway, so we were watching Cheaters, and this woman said to this other woman, or this aunt said to this girl that like her boyfriend was cheating on her with her cousin, who was the daughter of the aunt that she was with. She didn't know. But anyway, she said, you know, if you let the devil in your car, he's gonna want to drive. I think she said something like that. Or if you give the devil a ride, he's gonna want to drive. And so I thought that was really interesting, because it's basically saying, I mean, if you don't get the context of it, it's just basically saying like, if you kind of let him into a situation, he's gonna want to take over it. And so that's kind of what I feel like happening this morning, where it's just like little things that are happening where it's like he wants to go for a ride and he wants to start driving, and I'm like pumping my brakes. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pump my brakes. But anyway, I should be at school in about the next 10-12 minutes, and then I will hit you guys up again later. Okay? Good afternoon, people. It is 3:37 and I am out the door heading to the gym as we speak. Today was a pretty good day. It was pretty fast. for the most part. Math actually went pretty good in terms of like time length wise, because I told you guys numerous times our block is so long that it's like, I feel the kids sometimes are fried. But overall it was a pretty good day today. We continued doing the statistical and non-statistical questions, and then we talked about finding the mean or average in the stats, and so that was pretty good. Like I said, right now I'm heading home. Well, not heading home, I'm gonna actually go to the gym first and work out, and then go home, and then I think I'm gonna make chili. But yeah, so that was my day. We ended up finishing the Hard to Say story. Last I checked, there was a couple of people that still needed to finish, but other than that, it was pretty good. I can't complain. So Tuesday is done, and I actually counted, and I have 30 official days. Well, I guess now 29. 30 official days until the end of the school year, and that's including like days we have off, as well as, yeah, like, so days we have off, and any like field trips or whatnot that we have. So I am just excited. I feel like this year really flew by, and you guys kind of came along with me the whole entire year, so I'm very appreciative that you guys came to join me. And like I said, even if you didn't subscribe and you just come on ever so often and kind of keep up with my crazy hectic life, I appreciate it. And you know, because there's so many things out there and so many people out there that you can watch, and the fact that you guys take a moment to even watch any part of my videos makes me feel grateful. So but yeah, so I'm just gonna head to the gym and do that, and then I'm gonna go home and make some chili. Maybe I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Workout is done. Whew, I got all this stuff in my hand. I changed in the gym because I didn't want to change at school, and now I got all this stuff on me. But we made it. We are on our way home. Let's go make dinner. Let's see it, buddy. Let me see.
I cannot take this off.
Can you turn it so I can see it?
Mangos. Can I make it my own?
Yeah, let me see. Turn it
I'm
around.
just gonna take this stuff off.
Let me see. I can't see the box. Turn it.
Okay. Before we start getting a little too
Turn it. Nope. Turn it the other way. The other way towards me. Nah, buddy. Turn it around.
Like this?
The other way. Turn it all the way. There we go. Now I can see your box. Very nice. Good job, buddy.
Can you look at the back?
Oh, it's like inside a house. That is super
And
cool.
look at side.
Ooh, in a bed. You have a fox house. That's awesome, dude. Good job.
I can use these as extra pieces.
There you go. It's okay, Kalai. You be good, Bo, Kalai. Honey. Oh, baby. Good morning and happy Wednesday. It is already Wednesday. It's already hump day. I am so excited because that means we only have 2 more days until the weekend. And Friday is our field trip to Medieval Times. So it is going to be awesome because we won't be in school that day. So it'll be nice to be able to, you know, get the day off, I guess, and get to see a joust fight. So anyway, yeah, so I'm on my way to school now. I should be there in about 20 minutes. And yeah, I'm eating my pancakes this morning. I forgot to do my overnight oats again. Well, I guess, yes, I did forget to do them, but my mom cleaned the container and it just wasn't clean enough for me. So I put it back in the sink to wash it, and then I just never washed it because I made dinner yesterday. I made chili. I was a little disappointed because I don't know, so when I originally pulled up the recipe to buy the ingredients at the store, I had a different recipe, and then for some odd reason, when I went to my history to look up the recipe, I looked up a different recipe, which, I don't know, I think I added 2 elements that I was only either adding one or another. I don't know. But long story short, it didn't turn out the way that I anticipated. I mean, it was still edible, and it wasn't too bad, and I was still able to eat dinner, but I don't know, it didn't come out as great as I would have anticipated. So so needless to say, I didn't bring that leftover for lunch. I still have it in my fridge. My mom liked it, so I think I'll save it for her, and then she can eat some tonight when she comes back for the kids tomorrow. So we'll see. But anyway, so yeah, so today I don't know, I don't want to say I'm like blah, but I'm just kind of like I didn't even do my makeup. You can see the dark circles under my eyes, and they're more predominant than they normally are. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I woke up fine. I slept okay. But yeah, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I think it's this weather. It's 37 degrees right now, and it's supposed to be like a high of like 40-ish. But we're just so tired of the weather. I mean, and not only that, but it's like already April. Why are we in 30-degree weather? It's April. Ugh. The weather really does make a difference, I think. But anyway, so what are we doing today? In math, we're going to continue to do, we're going to learn about mean, we're going to learn more about mean and comparing mean. And then, what else? And then in ELA, I think we might be starting a new story, because we did do hard to say yesterday. So we might be doing a new story today, and then we did social studies yesterday, and today's like my full regular day. So like, I just have like one break, and that's it. Like yesterday was double specials, but today is like just one break, and then regular afternoon. But the nice thing is that this afternoon we have the middle school coming to talk to the 6th graders about their transition next year to middle school. And so that's pretty nice because that takes up an hour of my time in the afternoon. So I think they're coming in from about like 1:20 to about 2:20, which will give me enough time to like do what I need to do. So we might not be able to do social studies today, which is okay. I mean, we started talking a little bit about like medieval times. And so, you know, hopefully that'll get them kind of on that path to, you know, being excited, because believe it or not, I was very surprised that a lot of them have not been. Well, I guess I should be surprised, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like at least one point in time, like everyone has taken their kid or something. I don't know, but they're also really expensive. So I guess that makes sense, because I mean, I don't know. We've contemplated taking the kids, but I feel like, you know, they were always too young to understand and appreciate what was going on. So I think right now they might be excited to see it and enjoy it. So let's hope. But anyway, so that's just like my plan today. Anything crazy. So that's about it. But I'll check in with you guys later to kind of see how my day is going, see how your day is going. But yeah, so hopefully you're having a great week. We made it to hump day. It is the end of the day. I'm ready to go home. It's been a long, blah day. The weather stinks, and I'm ready to go home. Let's go home. So, unfortunately, before we can head on home, we need to stop and get gas. And I remembered this morning, but I was too lazy to stop and get gas. So, that is where we are headed first. And then we're going to head home. Sorry, my window was dirty. My son, his baseball team, his coach, I guess, they were going to do practice today, but because the weather was so blah, they decided to cancel, and they were going to do something called the ARC Thursday, but unfortunately there was a lot of conflicts, and so I think he wants to meet up at like McDonald's and do like a play date with the kids, so that way the team players can play together, and I guess us parents talk strategy, which my boyfriend's like, I think I'm gonna sit this one out. Only because we don't really know who's gonna go, and I know he has to work and stuff, so I was just like, well, maybe I'll just take them so they can play, and then I'll just either sit there or maybe get some more information on this coach and like learn his experiences with baseball or whatever. I mean, some of you may not know that I am a baseball person. I played softball all in high school. I love baseball. I know the ins and outs of baseball. I've never tried to coach, but I'm sure I could do a fine job if I did. But nonetheless, so hopefully maybe I can get some insight as to like what he's thinking and like what the plans for the season is, because my son is on the team and I do want him to do well, and I kind of want to see, I mean, not just him, of course, I want like the whole team to do well. So anyway, so I'm driving home right now. So I will check in with you guys later and let you guys know what I decide, if I end up going, or if I end up if I don't go with them. I was thinking about going to the library and taking my kids to the library, because I do need to return some books, but we shall see what the day entails. And then really quickly, I just wanted to give you a little rundown of our day. So we did get through math, we did mean and comparing means and outliers. Tomorrow we're going to do mode and median, and then we did not get, well, we kind of sort of started our new story called toxins, but the middle school kind of took over our afternoon because they had the counselor, and then some 8th grade students come and talk to our kids about like transitioning to the middle school next year, and so that took up a lot of our afternoon time, so we didn't really get a chance to do much. And by the time it was all said and done, the kids were like completely checked out, so that was a hot mess. But anyway, so that's pretty much where we are at. So I'll check in with you guys later and see how things are going. Good morning and happy Thursday. As you see me, stuff is falling all over the place over here. Anyways, as I was saying, as you see me getting out of my driveway and heading towards school. Happy Thursday. So grateful that today is like my Friday, because as I've been telling you guys all week, we are going to Medieval Times tomorrow, and so that is like almost a free day. I mean, yes, we would have to deal with the kids, of course, but it's not sitting in the classroom teaching. It is enjoying the show and watching the kids be excited, since I know some of them have not gone to Medieval Times, or some of them have, but they said that they've gone when they were like really little. So sorry, that was the thing that spilled, or attempted to spill. Yeah, so some of them said that they hadn't been since they were younger, so they don't really remember it, which I think it'll be a nice experience for them. What else? Yeah, so today we have our specials, and then we have our library checkout today, so that's pretty nice, because we get that little extra 15 minutes. Today we are working with median and mode in math, and then what else are we doing? We're doing median and mode in math, and then we started our new story yesterday, but we'll probably finish our ELA story today, hopefully, and then yeah, and then I think for social studies we're gonna do a little bit of Medieval Times, because we already started on a little bit of like the Medieval Times and kind of what it was and whatnot, but give them a little bit more insight to it before they go tomorrow, just so they have an idea, because you know, it's interesting, a lot of them like have no idea what it is, and they were like, well, what are we gonna see, like what's gonna happen? And so I explained that to them yesterday or the day before about it, and so that's kind of what gave me the idea to just skim through my chapters in my history or in my social studies curriculum and kind of go through to Medieval Times, just to kind of give them some background knowledge, because I know that like I said, a lot of them weren't really sure what it entailed. So, but that's about it. But as you saw yesterday, what did I do? I ended up taking my kids to McDonald's. We went to the team, quote unquote practice, which was nice because I got to meet some of the other moms on the team, learned a little bit more about the league, got to kind of talk a little bit with the coach. And the kids got to play around, so they had fun. So that was a nice hour and a half that they kind of hung around, which gave them something to do so that they weren't home being crazy, which was nice, because actually when they got home, they actually didn't do any they really didn't watch television. They weren't my daughter was on the tablet, but so she's doing this thing where she found this app where it teaches you how to draw stuff, and so she's just been drawing up a storm, different things, and she loves to draw, and she's really good at it too, so I'm interested to kind of see where she goes with that. But she got this app where it teaches her how to draw specific things, and it shows if you're drawing a face, and it shows the symmetrical lines, and she's been doing pretty good with it. So, and then my son was playing with his Legos yesterday, his little Minecraft Legos, and then he started playing with some other things, and so yeah, but that was just pretty much my evening. Not gonna lie, it was uneventful. Well, after picking up my mom and stuff, but I am tired. I went to bed pretty late, which I shouldn't have, and I was very restless and I couldn't sleep. So and then by the time I did go to sleep, my son woke me up in the middle of the night, had a nightmare, and so he came in and was telling me about it, and he was really bent out of shape about it. So that kind of woke me up, and that was probably an hour or so before I was supposed to get up. So yeah, needless to say, I did not hit my REM cycle again, and so therefore I was just tired, and that's where I'm at now. So, but I should be at school in about maybe 12 or so minutes. I'll check in with you guys later, let you guys know how my day is going. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys right now. Cheers. Oh, also, I remembered to do my overnight oats today, so I am excited to indulge in that while I drive to work. Gotta love overnight oats. So good. Cookies and cream. Cookies and cream. It is ridiculously bright. I am leaving for the day. I am headed home. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I should possibly go to the gym, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what my plan is, but I'll bring you guys along with me. Good morning and happy Friday. Here they are again. Love seeing these in my ears on a Friday. Well, I just love seeing them in my ears because I know it is Friday. Yes, we have made it, my friends, to the end of the week, and I could not be more pumped. Yesterday was like my Friday because we have a field trip today. We're going to Medieval Times. Yeah, so I'm super duper excited. I think we're leaving at like 9 o'clock, and then we won't be back until like 2-ish, because I think we're leaving there at like 1-ish, and so I think we won't be back till like 2, which is perfectly fine. That means that we'll have the kids in the morning for about 45 minutes, and then we'll have them in the afternoon for about an hour. And me and my colleague decided we're definitely taking them out for extra recess, because we're gonna come back from this trip, everybody's gonna be so excited, or like just so over, like, I don't want to say overwhelmed, but they're just gonna be like so over the top. And because they're gonna be so over the top, because they're gonna be so excited about this, I'm assuming that they're just gonna be crazy. So I think we are going to just roll with that plan. Currently it's 38 degrees in my car. I'm kind of cold, but I do have my jacket there that I should probably be wearing, but I had this sweater on, so I thought I'd be okay. I mean, I'll be all right in a few minutes once my car warms up, and then I can put my heat on. Which is interesting. I'm looking at my shirt. So today is like our mascot's like Friday theme, and so like they want us to wear like blue, and we have these shirts that we made in the beginning of the year that have like our school name. The kids all signed it, and so like it has like all the kids' signatures on the back, and then it has like the year, this year, you know, because they're leaving 6th grade. And funny enough, like we had been telling all the kids to wear them today, so that way like we could have like a unified front in Medieval Times, you know, sitting there hanging out, whatever. But I should practice what I preach, because I could not find mine this morning, and I can only assume that it's in the laundry, in the dirty laundry that I have not washed in weeks because of the dryer incident. I don't know if I told you guys, birds love our house. So when we first moved in, my boyfriend, there was like an opening, there's an opening on the outside of our house where the dryer like pumps out basically like the air or whatever. And so the thing, the little screen that was on there broke. So it literally, like when we would dry, it would just like open and flap. So there's like an open hole. But prior to that, so they would get in through there, I believe. But yeah, so they would get in through there, and there was like a hole. So they would be able to get in through there and then get out. And then there was like a little gap where the pipe goes through, or whatever you want to call it. And so they were able to kind of fly in through there. So I specifically remember one time I was letting my dogs out, and we had noticed that my one dog, Bonnie, was just constantly going to the laundry room, and like she would just sit there, and you know, she would just sit in the doorway of the laundry room and be like, what's her deal? But we had originally thought that it was like raccoons that were like in a certain area that she could hear, because we had raccoons under our porch. So we were like, man, is there like a hole underneath here that they're getting under, and that she could hear them underneath our house, like in the foundation? I don't know. And so, but then one day I opened the door, like I opened our sliding door to let the dogs out, which you guys have seen before when I've showed you when I let them out in the morning. And I literally had it like this much, like the size of my face, because I was looking out the door. And as I was standing there doing that, I get hit on the side of the head with a bird. And it like flies out of this door, and I just remember screaming, because I'm like, oh my God. And my boyfriend starts screaming, and we're both screaming, and he's like yelling at me, because he's just like, why do you have the door open? He's thinking that the bird flew in from the outside. And I'm like, no, I'm looking outside, and I get hit in the back of the head. There's no way. So we were like just confused. And so then one day I'm at work, and my boyfriend sends me this video. So I guess apparently he says he hears like chirping or whatever. And of course my dog is like in the laundry room, and he goes in there and he looks in that little gaping hole. He's looking up, and he sees a little bird peck its face out. And so he starts freaking out, whatever. So he lets the dogs out, because I already know that my dog Bonnie would, like, if she caught it, she'd destroy it. And, so he lets them out. And so he opens the front door in hopes that this bird is going to like fly out. And we have video of him just like running around. He's literally, because I have it on my home camera, and he's just like running up and down the stairs, and you hear him screaming because the bird's in my kid's room. And he finally like figures out that the bird is trying to get out the window, and he's not going to fly back downstairs. And so he finally opens the window, and then the bird flies out. So then they end up fixing that patch. But the thing in front, I forgot what we had on there. We had something on there for a while, but I don't know what ended up happening to it or whatever. But long story short, that flap again came off. We have to get like a wire cage on it. I don't know what he's going to do. But anyway, so the flap came off, and a bird goes in. But now, because it can't get out to go into like the other spots, it's going into the pipe, like it looks like an aluminum pipe, but it's like aluminum foil pipe, but so it's like a mushy one. And so the bird's in there, and so he hears it, and so he has to end up cutting that and put a bag so he can fly in and then let it out. So that's happened twice already. So the long story of this rant, I promise I'm done almost, was yesterday I took my dog Bonnie to the vet, and as I'm coming in to my house, my mom forgot to lock the garage opener, like the garage door. And so I'm walking in, and my dog just starts like running around the garage. There's a bird in here flying, but thankfully the garage door's open, so he flies out. But I'm just like, I don't know what it is with our house and birds. I have no clue. But needless to say, that was like, I don't even know the point of going on this rant about the birds. But yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, oh, that was why. I totally lost track. That was the reason why. So I hadn't been able to wash my clothes in a couple of weeks because he had cut that thing, and I couldn't dry because he had to fix that. It all came back to me. So yeah, so that's why I'm not wearing my school shirt, because it was dirty and I couldn't wash it. It's Friday. It is so Friday. Anyway, yeah, so needless to say, we're not going to really do a whole lot in school in terms of like academics, which is okay, because we've been working hard all week, and we've been doing everything that we needed to do all week. Kids have been good in terms of like academics. So we got through 2 stories, and we did get through 3 lessons in our unit for math. We still have, I believe, 3 more, and then we have a whole nother unit 10. So I can honestly say that I believe we will get through the entire math curriculum. And I don't want to be, okay, great, thank you. Let me thank this person. Yeah, we will actually get through our whole math curriculum, which will be very fabulous, because I don't think I've ever done a whole curriculum. Like, I've never gone through a whole curriculum in a year, just because they pack so much. But either way, hopefully we set them up for success for middle school. But nonetheless, I should be in school in about 10 minutes, and I'll try to see if I can get some video of medieval times. I don't know if they'll let us because of like the whole, you know, maybe they don't want us to record or whatever, but maybe I will get some footage of us on the bus so you can hear how loud it is. So if you're not a teacher, you'll know what it's like to go on a field trip. It'll be fun. Make sure you stay tuned. Hello friends, it is 3:28 and we are out the door heading home. It is over and done for the week. I am super duper excited. It is Friday, the sun is shining. It is about 55 degrees, a little breezy, but I'm not gonna complain. I'll take 55 all day over 35. So as you guys seen, we had a blast at medieval times. Sorry, it took me a minute to figure out where I was going. Yeah, so we had a blast. Our night one. So if you've never been to medieval times, it's just basically a like jousting old time tournament that they do, like a whole performance thing, and like every section in the arena has like a knight that they're like with, so it just gets the crowd into it and they're cheering. And so we have the blue knight, and he won the jousting and he won the fight and he won the tournament, so it was pretty cool. One of our kids got to be the queen afterwards, so that was a lot of fun. The kids really enjoyed it, and I think it was a really nice experience for those kids that did not or have never been there. I know a few of them have been there, but the ones that have not, I think it was a really, really, really nice, you know, thing for them to do, because, you know, they, you know, a lot of them, you know, may never get an opportunity to experience that again. And I was just like really excited for them. So, and they did really good. They were good on the bus. They were a little like rowdy coming back, but it was more so that they weren't rowdy. They were just like a little extra. And then they were like egging on the trucks to like honk the horns. And so that was a little tricky because, you know, we had to keep telling them to stop distracting the drivers. But overall, we had so much fun. It was great. And we got back probably like an hour and some change before school ended. So we passed out these pictures that they had given us that we took of the whole class. We passed those out, and then we took them outside to burn some energy for like a half hour or so. Then they kind of came back. We had them like silent read for a little bit, and then we were ready to let them go. So I just actually left, and so I'm gonna go home. My daughter has gymnastics today, and then I think me and my boyfriend are just gonna hang out tonight. Maybe go get some food, and then just like maybe have like a drink or two and just kind of, you know, wind down the week. So it should be fun. But I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week in my life. Hopefully, you guys had a great week as well, and hopefully you don't work this weekend, but if you do, I am so sorry for you. But I hope either way you had a great week and a great weekend, and don't forget to like and subscribe again to this video if you want to see more of me and my crazy life, or not. Either way, I'm totally fine with it. I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you in the next one.